Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. I thank you again for joining me today. Today I want to do an introduction to a book found in the New Testament. It's the book of Habakkuk, the prophet himself. It's a short one. He's a minor prophet. But I just wanted to give you a little background on the book. I'm sure you probably read through it. It's just, 3 chapters. It's a real little book, but it's got some powerful warnings, messages, and stuff like that in it. Now, let me get down to it here. Now, composition date for this says at the fall of the Assyrian Empire in 612 BCE, before the Common Era, the conquering Babylonians rose to be the new world power. It is generally assumed that the prophet prophesies near the first invasion of Babylon in the year 605 BCE. Now, the author here. Almost nothing is known about this prophet except that he was a man of profound faith and devotion. His name means embracer, a description of his love for Yahweh. We got the background here. This book is the 8th of the 12 minor prophets, which minor not referring to their message but the length of their prophecy. 3 of Israel's enemies stand out as especially detestable. The Edomites is the focus of Obadiah's prophecy. The Assyrians, the focus of the prophet Nahum, and Babylonians, the Chaldeans. While the prophet prophesies against Judah's sins and predicts the coming of the Babylonian exile, which is in chapter 1, verses 5 through 11, perhaps the more intriguing aspect of the prophet's perplexity as to why Yahweh would permit the continuance of sin, which you can find in chapter 1, verses 1 through 4, and why he would use a pagan people, the Babylonians, to conquer Judah, a people called by his name. That's in chapter 1, verses 12 through 17. The book concludes with the prophet's prayer, recognizing Yahweh's splendor and righteousness and petitioning his mercy. Now, the scriptural significance here. This prophetic book provides 2 important lessons. First, it tells us that man is unable to fully know or comprehend Yahweh's ways. In this instance, the prophet could not understand why Yahweh tolerated Judah's sins, not realizing that Yahweh had already predestined their judgment. Second, in his book, chapter 2, verse 4, the prophet states, "But the just," means lawful or righteous, "shall live by his faith." Justification by faith is a central concept in the New Testament, being quoted in Romans chapter 1, verse 17, book of Galatians, chapter 3, verse 11, and Hebrews 10, verse 38. This concept does not alleviate or remove the need for obedience. Faith and righteous obedience are not mutually exclusive, but codependent. See note on Romans chapter 3, verse 31. And this little book here is also, book is only 3 chapters long, but the prophet, he's no less important than any others, of course, and that's all it says about that. And I encourage you to, please check the book out. Please check it out and study it. I know a lot of people just like to focus on the New Testament, but the Old Testament is just as important as the New Testament. It gives clear understanding, and Yeshua and the apostles, they quoted from the Old Testament. That was the scriptures. The New Testament wasn't written or compiled when they were actively going around preaching and ministering. But anyways, that's all I have to say right now, and I thank you guys again for joining me. Please stay tuned. I'm going to have more good content coming out. And also, please give me a big thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and also subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Until we meet again, brothers and sisters, peace out and shalom.